Hello, today we are going to review for quiz in the next class. So if you go down here, we're still on Unit 3 Statistics, and you go to the bottom, and we're going to do this one here. So please click on this and open this one here. Okay, so here's our assignment. Okay, so here's the assignment of what we're doing today. Okay. I'm going to show you there's actually two question sets. There's 42 questions. I know that sounds like a lot, but this video is going to show you how to do the first 21 questions. But it's actually a review, so you may know how to do the first 21 questions. So you can try it first and then come back to the video and check to make sure that you got the correct answer. But anyway, so this is the assignment. So go ahead and click on this and open it in Kami so you can mark it up if you want. Okay, so remember, you can translate, you can copy from Kami like that, right click it, copy, and you can go to open up a browser for there and go translate Google, and you can paste it in, and it'll turn it into your language. So remember, you can do that. You can do Persian, Ukrainian, whatever you want to do, right? Okay, so remember, you can always do that. So make sure to do that if you're not sure what's being said. Okay, well, what we're doing today is we got some data, and it tells you that it's temperature over 11 different days. So on day one, the temperature was 90, and these are the different temperatures. So we're going to be asked questions about what is the median, what's the minimum, what's the maximum, etc. And then Q1, Q3, and then the IQR. Okay, so this should be a review, but basically what you do on something like this is you want to put the data, if you remember, in order from smallest to largest. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. All right, so let's see what we got here. See if I can get my pen to work. There we go. Okay, so what's the smallest number? Okay, so the smallest number is, let's see, we're going to do small and then big, get away. Okay, so smallest looks like 42 maybe, no, 40. So smallest is 40, so I'm going to put 40. And then, here, let me do this a little bit different. So let's go, so the smallest is, I'm going to make this bigger, Control plus. The smallest is 40. And then what's the next one? Next one is 42. So I'm going to pause the video, but I'm just putting them in order. So put them in order, okay? All the numbers from smallest to biggest. Okay, so I've went ahead and I've listed all the numbers out. And so the first thing is I'm going to find the median. Remember, the median is in the middle after you find the order. So now we're going to find the middle one. If there's 11 of them, then that means the middle one, that means if you subtract 1, there's 10. So there's 5 smaller, and then there's going to be 5 bigger, right? So that would be the sixth one would be the median right there, right? Okay. So the sixth one is going to be which one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. By the way, it's not that one. It's just that I was just telling you if I've got numbers, 11 numbers in order, it's going to be the middle one's that one. That doesn't mean it's that one, okay? It's after you put them in order. Okay. So 50 is the median, okay? Nothing to that, okay? What's the minimum? Well, the minimum is just the smallest, right? So let's go ahead. Let me move this thing over here. Okay, so the minimum is the smallest. That's going to be this one right here. So that's 40. The maximum is the biggest. So that's 90. Okay, min, max. Okay, the Q1. Okay, now to get the Q1, we've got to break the numbers down one more time into quartiles. This breaks it into half. So to break it into quartiles, we're going to do the median of these numbers here, not including this one, not including the current median. So now we're going to take the median here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that means the median is going to be here. So that is your Q1. That's the median of the first half. The median of the second half is going to be this, the median here. So this is going to be the median for this group. That's Q3, okay? And then, of course, this is the median, okay? So we're breaking it down into 4 sections, from here to here, from the min to Q1, from Q1 to the median, from the median there. So we've broken it up into 4 sections, okay? Okay, so that means that Q1 is going to be 46, this one right here. Q3, 85. Okay, good. Now, what is the IQR? It's the middle range is what it is. So it's going to be IQR is Q3 minus Q1. So that's going to be what? Q3 is 85 minus 46 Q1, and that's equal to what? That's going to be 39. Okay, so 39. Good. So there you go. So that's how you find all these values right there. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to make a box and whisker plot based upon the information we get here and here. Like it says, questions 7 through 11 are based on questions 1 through 6. You're going to use these values, okay? So make sure you translate this if you need to translate it in Google Translate if you don't understand the directions, okay? So if you remember, the minimum is just going to be right here. Remember, A is the minimum, B is Q1, C is the median, D is going to be Q3, E is the max. Okay, good. So basically, to answer these questions, we're just going to basically go up here and get them. What was A? A is the minimum. The minimum is 40. So we're basically just knowing that. So it's 40. If we want, we can write it here like that. We actually should, shouldn't we? So what's the median? The median is for over here, 50. So that's C. That's C, right? B is the Q1. What's Q1? It's right here, 46. Q3 is right here, 85. And the max is going to be 90. Okay, so C, what is C? Or what is B? Number 8 is over here. Remember, questions 8 and 9 are over here. Okay, so 8 is what? It's B. B is 46 over here. What is C? C is the median, which is 50. What is D? D is the value is 85. E is this one, 90. Okay, there you go. So that's how you do these kind of questions here, okay? Now, the next thing is we're going to use the box and whisker plot above, the same numbers above, okay? We're going to use these numbers here to answer the questions between 46 and 90, okay? So the important thing to remember about a box plot is the number of values between here, between B, this piece and this piece is 25%, okay? Or 1/4, okay? From here to here, it's another 25%. So that means between 40 and 46 is 25%. Between 46 and 50 is 25%. And between 40 and 50 is going to be 25 plus 25 or 50%. And then from 50 to 85, another 25%. From 85 to 90, the last 25%. Remember, altogether they equal 100%. So what percent of the values would be between 46 and 90? Well, 46 is right here, right? And 90 is here. How many 25s do we have? We have 1, 2, 3 25. So 3 times 25% is 75%, okay? So that's 75. Just put, when you enter your answers in Canvas, just put 75 since it's percent. What percent of the values would be less than 46? Well, 46 is right here, so less is going to be from here to here. That's 25%. What percent of the values would be between 90 and 104? Okay, this is a little bit tricky. People get confused on this. Well, 90 is right here, okay? So it's saying between here and here. Well, we have all 100% of the values from 40 to 90, so there's 0% right there, and 0% below 40, right? So it would be 0. What percent of the values are greater than 50? 50 is the median, so that's going to be 25 there and 25 there. That is going to be 50%. So there you go. That's how you do questions 1 through 15. After you get done with this question here, then there's going to be another question set for you to review. If you want, you can do it first to make sure you understand it. So now I'm going to talk about this one right over here. Okay, questions 16 through 20, we have a histogram, and we have the heights of the class of students. Make sure to translate if you need to. Well, the first kind of question you get about it is how many students are in the class? Well, the first thing you remember about histograms is we get the students from different age ranges here, 50 to 55, but how many are there? Frequency is how many, and height is how tall. Students over here. Okay, so how many are between 50 and 55? Well, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's 4 students that are between 50 and 55. So if we count the rest, we could go, okay, over here, there's going to be 6. Over here, there's also going to be 4. Here, there's going to be 2 for between 60 and 75. 70, 75, there's going to be 3. Here, there's going to be 1. Okay, so we count these together. 4 plus 6 plus 4 plus, and I'm getting this 2 plus 3 plus 1 equals what? 10, 14, 16, 19. So it's going to be 20 students, okay? So how many students in a class? Number 20. How many students are more than 75? Well, 75 is right here, right? 75 is right here. How many are more? Only 1, right? Everybody else is less, okay? What percent of the students are less than 65? Okay, well, 65 is right here, so less would be from here to here. So we would have to go, and this is percent, right? So percent equals part over whole times 100, okay? So the whole we already know is this 20, okay? So let me write. Okay, so the part is, what is the part? Well, we already know the whole, right? The whole is the 20. So I'm just going to go ahead and put over divided by 20. What is the part? Well, it's less than 65. So 65 is right here. So that means we have to add this 4 plus 6 plus 4. So that's 14. And then times 100. So 14, that if you did it on your calculator, you should get 70%. Okay? So that would be 70. So first 14 divided by 20 and then times 100, okay? How many students between 60 and 75? Between. Okay, so between 60 and 75 is going to be, let's see, 60 and 70. So 60 is right here. 75 is right there. So it's between is in the middle. So that's going to be 3 plus 2 plus 4. 6, 9. Okay, so there's going to be 9. So we add these up right here, plus and plus. Okay, what percent of the students are not between 60 and 75? Okay, well, if we know there's 20 total, right? 20 total, that means, and 9 are between 60 and 75. This is the same one, right? Then that means we go 20 minus 9 equals 11 are not between. And again, if it's percent, we have to do part over whole, right? So we go 11 divided by 20 times 100. If you do that on your calculator, you're going to get 55. Okay, so 55 for this one. Okay, so here's your answers for these. So at the end of this, there's going to be another question set down here. So make sure you do that. And this is what our quiz is going to be tomorrow, okay? Or in the next class. Now, when you're done, make sure you enter your answers in Canvas. Okay, so when you're done, you've got all these notes, so make sure you keep your notes and then enter your answers into Canvas, and you can go down here and put your answers into Canvas, okay? And that's how we do it.